are so close to the end of this amazing, powerful, impactful podcast series, which is Quantum Leaping. This is part 9 of the series, so there is one left after this one. It's kind of like when your best, favorite show ends and you're like, no! But there's so much more in the membership. So if you have loved this and it has blessed your life, I really encourage you to look at our Quantum Club and see, not even see, if this has benefited you, Quantum Club will benefit you even more. So check it out, thequantumclub.com. The portal is open. We're so excited for you. So this is part 9 of the series, and we're talking fear. Fear is a normal feeling, but so often it stops us from our big hopes, our big desires, our big goals, and then we just freeze, right? And this is normal. However, we want to work through it so it doesn't slow us down, right? It may be there, right, for a second, and you're like, oh, and you freeze for a second, but we don't want it to slow you down where months go by or years go by, and you're like, dang, I really let the fear win, and then that is when a lot of sadness can come and resentment and frustration, right? And so we really want to calm the fear and get it to a point where it's in the back seat. And I used to think that at some point when you level up a certain level, the fear goes away. But I have seen time and time again with peers that are further along than me, and they're having fear, they're having imposter syndrome, they're having a limiting beliefs. On another podcast episode, I talked about Kim Kardashian being on her show and talking about fear, and she was nervous and insecure, and I was just kind of blown away. I was like, oh my goodness. And they're executive producers of their show, so they chose to show that. And I actually think it was really powerful because it's just a good reminder that no matter what amount of money that you have, no matter how many followers you have, no matter whatever's in your bank account, no matter what it is, we're gonna have fear. We're gonna have limiting beliefs. We're going to question ourselves. We're going to be fearful. And so it's really stepping back and assessing truly what are we afraid of? Just allowing yourself to be curious, right? Really, what are you afraid of? Is it failure? Is it success? Is it judgment? Is it something else, right? You're afraid that you're going to let your family down. We want to dig in to your deepest fears, which sounds really uncomfortable, but it's the monster that's in the closet. It feels so much bigger than it probably is, right? And so when we actually can unpack the fears, it can really, really start to make it feel smaller and smaller and smaller for you, so that way it doesn't consume you, right? That's the goal here. We don't want it to consume you to the point where you're stopping and freezing for a very long period of time, right? So again, the best way we can start to do this is really be curious and look at what are we truly afraid of. Once we know, it already feels less scary, which is huge. And then we can ask ourselves why? Why do I think I'm going to let my family down? Where did that come from, right? And I have found when I have these fears and I say them out loud to myself, and then I say them out loud to somebody else, my significant other or a coach or a friend, then it gets even smaller, right? Because I can talk through it with somebody else and be like, I'm afraid I'm going to let my family down, right? Maybe I say that to my partner, and he's like, you could never let us down. You are an amazing mother. You're an amazing wife, right? And just that alone can make it much smaller. And then I remind myself of that, right? Truly what I am doing, right? We want to start building the evidence against the belief of the fear, right? When we can start building the evidence, it can completely have it go all away or make it so teeny tiny that it literally doesn't stop you at all. It just may be there, right? And we can look back, I'm thinking a car, right? We can look back and see it, but it's not in the driver's seat, and it's so teeny tiny that it just doesn't get in your way, right? And it's not to say that that fear won't come back and try to get back in the driver's seat, but now we have the tools and the resources to know what to do. How I love to make decisions, like when I have that fear coming up, right? It's scary to invest in things. It's scary to say yes to yourself. It's scary to put yourself first because a lot of times we've been told that like we shouldn't do that, right? Like you're a mom, like you've got to put your kids first. And yes, put your kids first and you first, right? It's a both and. And so the coolest part about all of this is we can always get through it. So the next time the fear arises, you'll know exactly what to do, that it won't feel scary. So when I'm making decisions, I like to think of my future self. I like to think of my goals. And I like to think about, okay, would my future self say yes to this because she knows it's like literally going to support her? And just thinking like a little bit more abstractly of my future self, it's still me, but it's a better version of me. So it feels separate, right? It's almost like your best friend, right? And your best friend is like your best encourager. She's like, oh my gosh, girl, go for it. Like you can do anything. That is your future self, right? Like your best friend is your future self, but we like also get to bring that in to right now. And so if my future self would say yes because she knows it's going to like get her closer to those goals, then I get to work through the fear, right? Very quickly too. Maybe I'm fearful of something else that isn't related to my future self, and then I'll know what to do, right? Like maybe it's actually some trauma that my past self is holding on to, right? And bringing into my current self. And so we get to really decipher, is this a past trauma? Is this a past limiting belief, some conditioning, or like, is it more future based and it's going to support me? So like, let me work through that. Or maybe it's a both and, right? And so when we can just really take a step back, be super curious, build the evidence, and really make the decisions aligned for us, then we're going to get to that future self, right? Like when we actually make the decisions for the highest, most powerful self, right? Like when we make decisions of what's going to support her, we're going to get there, right? Because we're in alignment. If something is going to take away from those goals, that highest self, then we know to like, okay, that's actually probably not in alignment. And it's not a no because of time. It's not a no because of money or something else. It's because it's not meant for you, right? And that is a whole different thing than being afraid, right? You are then stepping back and deciding like, oh yeah, this actually isn't in alignment with my current self or my future self. So therefore it's not for me. That feels so much more empowering than I don't have the money, I don't have the time, right? Fill in the blank, right? That's taking your power away. So even if you say no to something, right, it's not coming from fear, it's coming from empowerment, right? If you say yes and you work through that fear equally, you're not saying it because you feel pressured or anything like that. You're saying it because, yes, I know this is for me. Yes, I know that this is in alignment. And so therefore, I'm going to either figure out how to do it right now, or I'm going to like find the resources and make the time and do all the things, right? And so I just don't want you to live a life full of fear, and especially fear running the show. We really want your best, most powerful self running the show. Even if you don't feel like you're her yet, we can make decisions to get closer to be her, to become her, to embody everything that she is, because it's actually already inside of you, right? Like it's probably just been covered up by a lot of these fears, a lot of these conditionings, a lot of these limiting beliefs. You are human. There is nothing wrong with it. We just want to really work with tools and resources like this to be able to make it happen. All right. Our podcast sponsor of the day, which I'm so grateful, is Nicole. She has sponsored multiple podcasts. She has an amazing ad agency. I'll make sure it's in the show notes for you, but she can do your ads for you. She can also teach you how to do ads for you and maybe other people if you want to like make that a service that you charge for. But Nicole is just, oh, I love her so much. Like I could talk to her every day. So Nicole, so grateful for you. And for the person listening, please check out the Quantum Club. It is $111 a month. It is packed full of so much to serve and support you. We have literally just like I just want you to be in there. It's a 14-day money-back guarantee. Like I said, super affordable. If you have any fear around it, just send me a DM. I'm not going to force you. I know that that's not best for you, but let's have a conversation around it, because maybe the fear is running the show and we can like talk it out and see, is it a yes? Is it a no? What is best for your future self, right? And at the end of the day, like, we get to take risks, right? We get to quantum leap, and there still will be fear, but our goal is to minimize it so it doesn't feel so heavy, and that will be very great for your nervous system as well. So I can't wait for you to check out the Quantum Club if you haven't already, and to obviously join us. If you have any questions about it, again, shoot me a DM. Happy to answer all of your questions, and I hope that you'll join us. I love you. Make it a great day.